Welcome back to K-DramaVerse, the space where every whisper, every glance, and every unexpected twist in the K-drama and K-pop universe gets unpacked with you in real time. If you've been scrolling lately and felt that electric buzz in the fandom air, then you already know something big just happened. And trust me, this one, nobody saw it coming. So let me ask you right away, what were you expecting from Cha Eun-woo during his military service? A quiet hiatus? A respectful fade into the background? Maybe the occasional update that keeps fans calm? Yeah, that's exactly what everyone thought too, until everything flipped. Because in the most unexpected way possible, during a period when idols usually go silent, AROHA were hit with a revelation that sent shockwaves across the internet. A secret project, carefully hidden, quietly prepared, and then suddenly revealed. Now sit with me for a second, because this story isn't just about a project. It's about timing, loyalty, artistry, and the kind of connection between an artist and fans that refuses to fade, even in absence. It all started subtly, almost too subtle to note at first. A few fans began picking up on small clues, tiny digital breadcrumbs that didn't seem to mean much individually. A cryptic mention here, an unfamiliar production credit there, whispers from industry insiders that something unusual was in motion. Nothing concrete, nothing loud, but enough to make people curious. And you know how fandoms work. Curiosity doesn't stay small for long. Before anyone could fully piece it together, speculation started building. Was it a drama cameo, a pre-recorded variety show, a music release, something tied to ASTRO audience? But then came the moment, the one that turned quiet curiosity into full-blown chaos. The reveal. And when it dropped, it didn't just surprise fans, it stunned them. Because this wasn't a simple pre-recorded clip or a leftover project from a foreign enlistment. No, this was something actively worked on, carefully managed, and strategically kept under wraps during his service. A level of dedication that instantly made fans emotional. Imagine this. While fulfilling his duties, maintaining discipline, and staying away from the spotlight, he was still thinking about creating something meaningful. Still finding a way to stay connected. Still giving. Now let me ask you, how would you feel in that moment? Shocked? Proud? A little overwhelmed? Because that's exactly what AROHA felt. Social media exploded within minutes. Comments flooded in faster than anyone could read. Fans from different parts of the world, Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Nigeria, the US, everyone was reacting at once. Some couldn't believe it. Some were screaming, literally in caps lock. Some were crying. And some just sat there, staring at their screens, trying to process how someone in military service managed to pull off something this intentional and impactful. And here's where it gets even deeper. This wasn't just about content, it was about presence. One of the hardest parts of military enlistment for idols is the silence, that feeling of distance, the slow fading of daily updates, interactions, and visibility. Fans prepare themselves for it, they brace for it. But Cha Eun-woo didn't let that silence define his absence. Instead, he filled it with something meaningful. And suddenly, the narrative changed. Instead of "we miss him," it became "he never really left." Let's talk about the emotional weight of that for a second. Because for longtime fans, this hit differently. They've watched him grow, from his early days as a visual powerhouse to becoming one of the most respected faces in both K-drama and music. They've seen his discipline, his humility, his consistent effort to improve. But this felt personal. It felt like a message, a quiet but powerful way of saying, "I'm still here with you." And the reactions reflected that. You had fans sharing old clips, revisiting iconic moments, connecting dots that suddenly made sense in hindsight. People started analyzing everything, timestamps, production styles, even his past interviews, trying to understand how long this had been planned. Because let's be real, this wasn't last minute. This was calculated, carefully thought out, executed with precision, and that level of foresight, it only made people respect him even more. But here's another layer to the story that we can't ignore. The industry itself. Insiders began speaking, carefully of course. Some hinted at how rare it is for an artist to manage something like this during military service. The logistics alone are complex. The coordination, the permissions, the timing. It's not something you just do, which means one thing. This mattered to him. Enough to plan ahead, enough to push through limitations, enough to make sure it happened. And fans felt that. You could see it in the way conversations shifted. It wasn't just excitement anymore, it was admiration. A deeper kind of appreciation that goes beyond visuals or performances. It became about character, about commitment, about the kind of artist he chooses to be, even when no one is expecting it. Now let's pause again, because I want you to really think about this. How many artists would go this far during a time when they're technically allowed to step back completely? Not many. And that's why this moment stands out. Because in an industry where timing is everything and visibility often defines relevance, Cha Eun-woo just proved that connection doesn't depend on constant exposure. It depends on intention. And his intention? Crystal clear. Clear. Stay connected. Stay present. Stay meaningful. Of course, with something this unexpected, theories started flying everywhere. Some fans believe this is just the beginning, that there could be more hidden content waiting to be revealed. Others think this might tie into a bigger post-military comeback strategy. And then there are those who simply want to enjoy the moment without overthinking it. Which side are you on? Do you think there's more coming? Or do you feel like this was a one-time emotional gift? Either way, one thing is undeniable. The impact is real, and it's lasting. Even casual viewers, people who might not have followed him closely before, started paying attention. Because moments like this break through fandom boundaries. They reach people who appreciate dedication, artistry, and genuine effort. And suddenly, his name was everywhere again. Trending, discussed, celebrated. Not because of a scandal, not because of controversy, but because of something positive, something intentional, something that reminded everyone why he's respected in the first place. Now let's talk about the fans one more time, because honestly, they're the heart of this story. AROHA didn't just react, they responded. Fan edits flooded timelines. Messages of support poured in. Projects were organized in return, with fans wanting to give back in their own way. It became a two-way exchange of appreciation, and that's when you realize this isn't just artist and audience. It's a relationship built over time, strengthened through moments like this, and resilient enough to survive even the silence of military service. As everything settles, one question still lingers in the air. What's next? Because if this is what he's capable of during service, imagine what's waiting on the other side. The anticipation, through the roof. The expectations, higher than ever. But somehow, it doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like excitement. The good kind. The kind that keeps fans counting days, not with impatience, but with hope. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with something to think about. This wasn't just a surprise. It was a statement, a reminder that true connection doesn't fade with distance, that real artists don't disappear, they evolve, even in silence, and that sometimes the most powerful moments are the ones nobody sees coming. So tell me in the comments, what was your reaction when you first heard about this secret project? Were you shocked? Emotional? Suspicious? There's more to come? Let's talk about it. And as always, thank you for being here on KDramaVerse, where every story is shared with you, not just told to you. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep your eyes open. Because in this world, the next big reveal could drop when you least expect it. See you soon.